So you have not just arrived in town, you have also arrived in Statehouse. So karibuni sana, karibuni sana. And let me take this very early opportunity to the Kenya Police Bullets and to the Kenya Police Football Club to say congratulations, pongezi, for the very well-deserved win in the Premier League, both for the women football and for the Premier League men football. I want to say congratulations to all of you, and it's a very proud moment for me to receive you today here in Statehouse. In fact, I had to postpone cabinet so that I can do this because this is important. It is important because Kenya is a great sporting nation, and our Kenya Police is the incubator, the powerhouse of sports in Kenya. So if you combine our nation as a great sporting nation globally, and the place where that great sporting talent is nurtured is our Kenya Police, then this becomes a very significant morning that we are meeting here, not just as the Kenya Police family and the huge contribution you are making to sports in Kenya, from athletics through ball games and everything in between, including tug of war, as the AG has said. So, and therefore it is significant that we are meeting here this morning so that we can appreciate what you are doing, what the contribution the Kenya Police Service is making, not just to the security of our nation, but also to our sports and being the greatest ambassadors of our nation. And therefore, I want to say, Bwana IG, to you as the commander of the Kenya Police and to your men and women, congratulations for what you're doing. I am very, very proud of the achievements and the contribution of the Kenya Police Service in securing the borders of our nation, keeping all our families, children, businesses safe, and now, beyond that, contributing to sports in our nation. I think you are playing your part as Kenyan citizens and also as patriotic citizens of our nation. In matter of sports, we did make a deliberate decision that because Kenya has demonstrated talent and expertise in sports, it is necessary for us as a nation to provide the necessary support in infrastructure and other support to make sure that our talents, our understanding is harnessed, not just for the benefit of the sportsmen and women, but for us as a nation as well. It is the reason why I took the decision in 2023 that the sports fund is not going to serve any other purpose but just to support our sports. All over the place, in many other fields, in many other areas, we've now consolidated the place of the sports fund to make sure that it is dedicated to making sure that we support sports, we support sports infrastructure, we provide incentives for our sportsmen and women, we provide rewards for those who do well in all the fields, and shortly we will be awarding the various teams and individuals according to the CS for sports. We will be rewarding them in the coming weeks so that we can appreciate their contribution to development of sports talent in Kenya and being brand ambassadors for our nation. every time our national anthem is sung in cities across the world, Kenya is brought to the focus in a very positive way. And that does not just happen. It happens because somebody, some sportsman, some sportswoman has dedicated time. They have sacrificed, to train and to work very hard for them to achieve what they achieve. In their achievement, as a nation, we share because they brand our nation positively. So they are truly our heroes as a nation. So I want to say to the policemen and women in the sporting field, we will continue as a government to support sports as I committed in 2023. We will continue to develop infrastructure for sports across Kenya. Salim Furia and team know that we have already agreed to build 37 sports academies across the nation. And hopefully by next year, we should have completed the 37 sports academies. At the moment, I have also given very clear direction that we improve on as many of our sports facilities and stadia in Kenya as possible. We just concluded the stadium in Bungoma. We've just taken over the stadium in Kakamega. I have given instructions that we take over the stadium in Siaya. In Kisumu, we are now working on a new stadium. In Bomet, we are working on a new stadium. In Kapkatet, we are working on a new stadium. In Kapsabet, in Eldoret, in Kamarin, in Ruringu, in Olkalau. We are all working on new stadia, including in Maua, in Meru, and shortly we will be handing over the stadium both in Chuka and in Meru for management, as we make sure that we consolidate as much sports infrastructure as we can, so that we can avail opportunities for training, opportunities for excellence of our sportsmen and women, and of course, the improvements in Moi Kasarani Stadium are on course. The improvements in Nyayo Stadium are on course, and we are working on the other supporting facilities, including the police stadium in South Sea. And I have told Salim here, Mburia, that even after the sports, the Chan sports, we will continue to invest in your sports stadium, because we believe that if we make that facility better, you will take it to the next level. First largest football stadium in Kenya, here in Talanta. And we intend that stadium will be complete by December this year. Our families and our properties and securing our nation. It is the reason why even our housing program, I announced the other day that we are going to dedicate at least 20% of those housing programs to our policemen and women and our security men, our security agencies. Why? Because for a very long time, our policemen and women served and lived in very deplorable and dehumanizing conditions. And that is why we are now building additional facilities, more houses for our policemen and women, and giving them an opportunity to own homes like all other citizens. I will continue to make sure that every security officer, every person who puts their lives on the line for our nation, so that our families can be safe, so that our properties can be safe, and so that our nation can be safe, I will make sure that this nation stands by them and supports them. And as Kenyans, we must be clear on how we go and where we go and how we get where we want to get. I must say this as president, that without peace, without security, without stability, we don't have a nation. The people who put their lives on the line to make sure that our families are safe, that our properties and nation is safe and stable, are our security agencies. As they put their lives on the line, we as a nation will support them. This administration will stand by them so that they can discharge their responsibilities within the law and make sure that our nation is safe. Demean, try to intimidate our security agencies. I am telling them you're doing the wrong thing. Our security men and women deserve every support that we can muster for them to secure our nation. And we must work with them. And therefore, to every police officer, from the constable, the man on the beat, I give you my assurance that the government of Kenya will support you, will stand by you as you secure our nation and as you secure our country and keep our families safe and our properties safe. I ask of every citizen and every leader to respect our police and to support our police to make sure that they secure our country. We have sufficient infrastructure to make sure that this happens within the law. Within the law that operates within the parameters of the requirement of human rights, and to make sure that our nation is managed in a manner that respects the law, but makes sure that we are a stable, progressive, and democratic nation. So to Algie and your team, you have my support 100%. And to operate for all of us, every citizen. Nobody is above the law. None of us is above the law. You cannot intimidate the police. You cannot use force against the police, or insult, or threaten the police. You are threatening our nation, of our rights as Kenyans, and of the right of this nation to be peaceful and to be secure. Of the police force who are here today, of the police service who are here today, I want to give you my assurance that as you secure this nation is going to make sure that you are also safe and your families are safe.